T-Pain has popped up here and there on some of our topics. He seems to have a lot to say. And I'm going to read this one and see what y'all think about this one, because I don't know. He might be off on this one. So T-Pain had a nice little tweeting rage where he says, "I'm not going to your Instagram to check your expletive out. Be professional and make a reel or a website."
Yes.
If Instagram is the
reel
height,
is not pertaining to the real function on Instagram,
Yes.
just to clarify.
Yes, thank you, sir. If Instagram is the height of your professionalism, then you won't fit over here anyways.
Well,
Facts.
Lone, you said facts. You are agreeing with Teddy Payne 100%?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Why you say that?
Okay, let me slow down because this seems so obvious to me.
Yeah.
Instagram is just a platform where if they decide to go away tomorrow or the algorithm changes, which it has multiple times, and that's the only thing that you built your entire career on, then your career is over.
bye.
It's, you know,
We've seen people cry because you can't count how many likes they have.
yes. And to be fair, that's actually kind of where it's kind of going. I mean, Instagram is changing, you know, it's becoming a video platform too. So if you don't evolve, then it's what it is. But back to his point, as an artist, what you want is you want a central location where people can not only find something about you, but they can also buy your music. They can also find you. They can do all these things. A website, in my opinion, is still king to this day. Because it can, if it's executed correctly, it can direct you where you need to go. Somebody can always find you. You're always going to be looked at as a little bit higher in the eyes of people that pay attention to those things.
Absolutely.
If I'm a blogger, which I have been in the past, and I see some artist and I don't know who they are, but I Google them and their website pops up, I automatically think, oh, they take themselves serious.
Right.
Okay.
And so this is an example where perception actually matters. And so, like, yes, Instagram can be key and can be a good part of things, of who you are, but there's so many other more moving parts that are important, such as, you know, like more than snippets, more than pictures of you taking pictures, more than you doing stuff like this. You know, like, you can only showcase so much on an Instagram. So I don't think it's just about Instagram. I think it's good to diversify your platforms in general.
Got
To
it.
go along with that too, anybody can sign up for an Instagram account and do whatever they want with it.
Right.
Not everybody's going to take that initiative to take the extra step to actually put together their own website and create a reel meaning a video montage of things that you've done, accomplishments, things of that nature. That is a standalone that will not be wiped away if Instagram goes out
Press kit.
today. Yeah, press kit. And it's kind of like a job. You're not going to apply for a job and tell them to check your Instagram.
Yeah.
You're going to submit a resume along with your attributes and things like that. Now, if, for instance, they need some extra things, Instagram is a nice tool to be an addition if that's something that they're requesting. If it's like a social media job or something like that, then yeah, that's where that makes sense. But if you want to really be on top of your game and stand out, what T-Pain is saying is the absolute truth.
What you think, Jay Moore? Jump in.
No, the thing is, maybe if it was 5 or 6 years ago, I would say I disagree with T-Pain because of the way I really feel like Instagram was a bit more democratic then. But now when I get on Instagram, every third or fourth post is people I don't even follow. Yeah. You know, it's things that I might have shown interest in. You know, so it'll be cars, houses, vintage Transformers, hip hop, and golden retrievers. Yeah. But like, I don't follow any of these sites. Like, it just pops up every third. You know, I can't even really get to the people that I really follow.
Right.
And plus, Instagram, I posted a flyer for the club that I work for. I'll say it, the Casbah. Why not? And
well, you know, because the radio.
Oh yeah, that too. Okay. Well, mark that.
Yeah.
But
thanks, Lone. Appreciate that, Lone.
It's just where I work.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I posted a flyer and I posted a couple other videos after that. And I think because I had posted the flyer before, because it's for a weekly event, you know, because you can look at the views through your stories.
Yeah.
It showed 0 views because Instagram knew that that was a flyer.
Yeah.
So, right now they're curating, somebody that you don't know is curating what people who already follow you see. So whenever I see Boosie, talking about they took his Instagram again. Yeah. I don't know who has it. Boosie should have been had a website. Maybe he does, and he doesn't know how to direct people to it. But I don't know about it. At this point, he should be getting a super duper amount of traffic to his individual website that is nothing but his content and the people who follow him and support him. He's always crying about how Mark Zuckerberg will not give him back his Instagram page.
You said it like that too.
I was like, at this point, you need to empower yourself and say, I don't care about Instagram.
But Boosie's looking at it from the standpoint of him with his verses, with his promotion. Like he talked about.
I understand somebody that's already Owen's point of view as far as needing an Instagram, because they get advertising dollars and things of that nature as well.
Yeah. Boosie get a sponsored,
but at the same time, after the third or fourth time, you'd be like, let me go ahead and spend some money.
You should be learning at that point.
Yeah. But for all the new artists, once again, you're not curating what the people who follow you see. Because the thing is, every time I'll get on and I'll say, okay, well, there's something I got coming up and I want people to know about. They'll be like, hey, you want to pay some extra money so the people who already follow you can see this? I was like, they already follow me, and so they can't see it unless I give you some money. Right. Like Instagram is, as far as you promoting yourself, is already broken.
So this is a point that I was making 5-6 years ago about Facebook. I've probably mentioned it a bazillion times on the show. It's the reason why we stopped promoting on here. It's why Bringing Down the Band stopped promoting on there, because I mentioned that, but I guess whatever. But it's why we stopped promoting on there, because it got to the point to where once we built our fan base, they're like, all right, cool. They changed the algorithms. It's like, oh, you got to pay to reach your people. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then Facebook bought Instagram, and it has slowly turned into that point. So yeah, that is a very clutch thing, and it has been this way for a while. It was trending this way. That's why platforms, I think, like TikTok, that haven't evolved to that yet. Hopefully, they won't.
Right, Facebook buys it.
Well, I don't think they're going to buy that, but who knows? That platforms like that are good, but I think T-Pain's overall point, that's the bigger point of all this, is less about Instagram specifically. I think it's more about diversifying your content, and you have to look at it from an angle of, if you want to be an independent artist out here and you want to be able to share your stuff to people, then that means that you can't be, to our point last week, you have to treat everything like it is. And if we're living in like a decentralized plane, which we are right now, then you have to have some sort of activity on different platforms in different areas. It doesn't mean you have to be super active, but you have to have some sort of relevancy there. I still think websites are key. Yeah. I think you're safe with YouTube if you can figure out how to do that. And I think right now you're safe with TikTok, because those are the things where you can actually grow. You can create actual fan bases. And I don't really see it changing that much on YouTube and or TikTok, to be honest, because it's working so well for the platforms.
It's also a good idea to invest in yourself, because Instagram is a free platform. So by investing in yourself and getting those extra keys to the door, so to speak, it shows more initiative than just having the same type of account that anybody can get and take pictures or make videos on.
I think you all have made great points. I know, Lone, you study this, and you always have, and you have the numbers to back up your point and where you're coming from. So that's why I wanted to come to you first, because you always talk about evolution, how things change in terms of,
you have to pay attention to the evolution.
100%. And you always,
and it changes, and this could be different next week.
So, and I've heard you talk about that a lot. I think from an artist standpoint, I could really see that. I will say on Instagram, from a producer standpoint, there are a lot of producers that I see that I will just randomly come up on, or someone else that'll share, that are extremely dope. And the 𝗀𝗲 situation, I think Lupe saw one of his
on Twitter
beats on Twitter, I believe it was. I think that concept can happen on IG from a producer standpoint, because I do see a lot of creative producers making, well shot, well lit videos that are super, like the guy that does the videos where he's playing the drums, he's playing the keyboards, he's playing that.
The Count does that too. Yeah,
I think those are dope. I think those. I'm not gonna say it's gonna get you anywhere per se, but I think those are more creative, and it might.
But it,
right?
But it could. But I think again to the bigger point. I think the bigger point here is to not treat yourself like just because you have a following on one of these platforms means that you like it's your entire embodiment of who you are. Because the thing is if Instagram does turn into Facebook, which is going that route, people will leave Instagram.
Right.
And then if your entire base is in one platform, it will diminish.
Especially if it's a platform you just do not control.
And exactly. And we got to realize we have no ownership of any of these platforms. So I mean, it's realistically, it's the same way with YouTube. It's the same way with TikTok too. They just happen to be the better ones right now. You know, that's where I think your website and having different avenues to connect with your fans. Like you have to be able to connect to those people. Like if you have 200,000 Instagram followers, how many of those people can you reach out to? How many of those people are going to follow you if you go over to YouTube or if you go over to Twitch?
Right.
You know, how many just saw one of your videos and like, cool, I'll follow this person. You know, it's about creating fans and encapsulating them, in my opinion. You know, but to your point, yes, it can work. It can work. I mean, Jay, I saw a video behind the beat. Jake1 just said, I watched today about how he made something for Russ. And he's like, yeah, Russ just hit me up in the Instagram DMs and we started working.
That's what I'm talking about.
But at the same time, it's Russ and Jake1.
These are people that are already on though.
Yeah.
So like like T-Pain is actually hiring right now too. So that's one of the reasons he's speaking about a lot of this.
Oh, people are like reached out.
He's hiring. Before he actually posted the I'm hiring thing, he stated this. So he made this post. I'm hiring. No, I'm not moving you to Atlanta. I'm just telling these are going to be the jobs that are available. Apply pretty much. He's literally telling you what he's looking for. So the people that already have that already have the advantage on the other people that are just like, hey, check out my Instagram. I mean, he has a point.
I mean, T-Pain is taking the, you know, like you said, you were talking about, you're gonna present a resume if you go to, you know, a corporate office and apply. Like he's coming at it like a employer. I need to see more, right?
And what a lot of people don't realize too on Instagram is they can't compare themselves to people that are already on or the people that are struck gold from being like comedians.
That's part of the delusion.
And made it off of Instagram because somebody came by their page and really enjoyed the content. Like if you're applying for a job, your Instagram, even in the industry, your Instagram shouldn't be your only focus. That should be a key or a link on your resume.
Right.
Well, I mean, when you mentioned the comedians, a lot of them who it started on the Vine with the short content and they moved to Instagram once Vine was done, but they had to have something to back it up. Like, I don't know if you guys know who, there's a comedian named Ryan Davis.
He played he's hilarious.
Helium. And like, you know, he made a name for himself off this short content, but when it was time for him to hit the stage, it was showtime. He's ready to go. Yeah. You know, there have been other people who've tried to hit the stage from Instagram, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, I got to do more than 12 seconds worth of something funny.
They say Country Wayne is legit at stand-up. I heard.
Well, see what Country Wayne is doing too. He's actually putting together skits.
Yeah, very smart.
And he's making a lot of money off these skits based on generating the traffic and the advertising dollars.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not in a position like Country Wayne,
don't compare yourself to Country Wayne.
You probably shouldn't be listing your Instagram account as public figure. Source. Yeah,
people be like public figure. I was like, dude, you got 300 views.
But there are a lot of but think about but also like let's dive just a little bit deeper into it. Think about Vine. Think about the people that had huge Vine accounts, but then Vine stopped.
Yeah.
Did they carry over?
So there's a YouTuber goes by Harris Heller. He's got a ton of great streaming content. If you're interested in looking that stuff up, it's actually really beneficial. But he was a big Vine person. He had to almost completely rebuild his brand separately as something else because Vine went away.
Because he couldn't even get on Vine and say, hey, I'm going to be over here. Vine was just gone one day.
It goes to your point.
We seen the panic when OnlyFans said that they weren't going to accept pornography anymore. Man. A lot of people were scrambling trying to figure out what am I going to do now.
Yep.
Well, just think about
you don't own these just because you have an account. You have it. If they want to go away, they can.
You don't own
They
that
can.
server space. You don't own that URL.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's just the same thing remember when it was like 12 hours where Instagram didn't work and all of a
Yeah.
sudden a lot of
People
people
were panicking.
A lot of people were no longer models.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Well, that's facts.
that's
Or
facts.
influencers.
Yeah,
Or producers.
or public figures.
Or anything.
Yeah,